So, I wanted to talk to you women out there who might be going through something similar as I am. The realization that I'm going to be 60 this year, and I don't have a whole lot to show for it. And I don't have a retirement plan or anything great ahead of me to look forward to. In fact, right now I'm in debt. I'm on my little piece of land. That's my rainwater barrel that I'd like to get set up, and my peppermint plants to keep the mice away, and my fence that I built myself with some resources like the trees that are already there and the logs that I chopped down and separated into, spliced the bark off of and put them in piles, and they sat there for 3 years before I finally got to use them for something. They make great posts, and all that stuff with the tarps right there, that's my tiller that I'm trying to sell because I'm struggling financially right now. So anyway, like I said, I don't have much. I got this beauty right here, and that's a blessing. And another one right there, she's sleeping, but she's a gorgeous dog too, and I worry about how I'm even going to take care of them because right now my checking account's overdrawn, and I don't know how, and I have bills coming up, and I don't know how I'm going to pay them. And part of the reason is because I haven't been able to find a decent job since I moved here 7 years ago. I applied to every college in the area several times. I have a master's degree and in business administration, but my goal was to complete my doctorate, which was almost there except for the dissertation. And I hit a stone wall when they wouldn't let me do it on the subject that I had spent 3 years studying. So anyway, that's another story, and I finally have a new subject that maybe I can do that would work, but now I got to come up with the money to get that going again. So anyways, then I thought I could be a professor, but since I couldn't until the doctorate was done, I applied for everything from student advisor to financial aid to anything that I could get in the college system. I had already spent 3 years in the public school system trying to get some experience as a substitute just to show on my resume that I'm interested in education. Didn't seem to do me any good though. But I wonder now, why was I not getting interviews all these years? And I've been listening to these homeless women and some of the circumstances in their lives, and I realized that a lot of them around my age are saying that they have a hard time finding a good job. And I never really thought about it, but maybe I've been discriminated against all these years, so maybe I should change my resume so that you can't really tell that I'm almost 60 and it looks more like I'm 40, which I could easily pass for. So I'm going to have to think about that. Anyways, one of the things that I feel like I've struggled with my whole life is a sense of abandonment. I've never had the proper nurturing or care that I believe every child should have, and every wife should have, and every woman should have. But, I just sucked it up and stayed strong. So, I guess I'm at a point now where I'm waiting for my white knight to come in, but not the white knight of a man. I've been through that, two marriages already, and not divorced yet from the second one, but it's not looking good. And I have Jesus, so he is my white knight, but I don't know what he's doing right now, to be honest with you, because I laid down my second marriage, which I felt that God would not honor the way that my husband was treating me, that God would want better for me, that he cherished me, and he's my first love and my first husband, and that he might have even been looking at it as sin that I would stay in something that was not good for my health or my psyche. So anyways, I I prayed for a long time to help me escape what I was going through. And he finally gave me that means of escape. And it's here on my land. I was able to save up enough money for an old RV and a little house, which is a shed, which is rent to own. But right now, I don't even have money for the next payment, and I can't get the shed finished because I barely have enough week to week. Well, not barely. I'm overdrawn on my checking account right now. So, anyways, having to do another job interview today. I'll go to my job that I've been going to, which has turned out to be a real bummer. Not making any money there, and I left another job because I felt like after 2 years it was time to move on because I wasn't getting the respect that I deserved. Again, thinking that I was being obedient to God. But here I am, stuck and waiting for my Savior to come and save me from this mess. So, this sense of abandonment started many years ago when I was 7 years old and my mom left. Well, she didn't just leave. She was taken away. She's in a mental hospital and on and off most of her life. So my dad really raised us, and the next sense of abandonment was when I was 13 and he couldn't do it anymore. And the state came in and took us away and put us in foster homes. And then the next time I felt abandoned when I was 18 and my foster father said that he wanted half of my salary in order for me to stay there because the state wasn't giving them money anymore. And at the time, I didn't even have my license yet. No one had helped me get it. And I was walking to work. And I was really hurt by that because he didn't treat his own children like that. So, moving on, I made it on my own for several years and survived through restaurant work and factory work and whatever it took to survive. I even helped other people along the way, but still suffered loneliness and that sense of abandonment. Then I met my first husband, who was from a different social status than I was, and helped me to see that maybe there was more that I could do to better my life. And so he gave me the idea, or at least he confirmed my idea about going back to college. And I went back to college and got my first degree, which was in interior design. After 5 years of dating him, we got married, but he didn't like my degree. I mean, he never did. He tried to talk me out of it the whole time I was in college. And he said it was really just a hobby for rich women, and I tried to start my own business, and yeah, I was struggling learning how to make money and learning how to balance the time with clients and things like that. But instead of supporting me, he made it really hard, and I gave up the business. But he gave me the great news that we could start having a family, and then that was something I wanted more than anything. I wanted that perfect family that I never had. So I had these two beautiful children, and I was a stay-at-home mom, and I don't regret 1 second of that. It was some of the best times of my life, and they turned out to be amazing people, and I'm so thankful that my first husband took care of me financially. Emotionally was a different story. Not going to blame him for the whole thing because I wasn't there emotionally either. We both had a lot of growing up to do and didn't have the best role models for how to be married. So anyways, I ended up leaving, and the big mistake I made was the way I went about it and the fact that I was chasing love and leaving a marriage thinking that some other man was going to fulfill that deep hole that I had in my heart. And after 12 years, I realized that I had to get out of it. It started as something that seemed like from heaven and ended in something a little bit more like hell. And I am going to put some of the blame on him, if not most of it, because he did not support me financially. He, in the beginning, supported me emotionally, but in the end, hurt me more emotionally than I thought anyone ever could. But here I am on my piece of land. One thing that I had done in that 12 years was saved with my own money and bought this piece of land. Even though his name was on it, he was willing to take it off, thank God. And this is what I have left. And so I'm working with what I have. I'm not showing you the whole thing because I really don't want my identity revealed. So, I'm working with what I have. And I'm hoping that my white knight, who is Jesus, comes in and shows me what he's doing and gives me the answers to all my questions about job and restoring this land, or not restoring, but finishing what I started here, and mostly purpose. I want to be walking in my purpose. I don't want it to just be about making money, surviving, eating, sleeping, and going through the motions. I want to walk in the purpose that God created me to walk in. So please, Lord, answer my prayers. Show me what you're doing and help me move forward. I'll get back with you when I hear something. Have a great day.